Well, hello everyone. Here we are again, Thursday night. And yes, the first thing you notice that, yes, I've had the ears lowered. Drastic cut. But now and again you have to have a drastic cut to clear the cobwebs. Well, busy week. Dirty stop out on Friday night. I'll tell you all about that in a moment. But what's been going on the channel? Well, 1,474 views, 3 new subscribers. So for those that you are new, welcome to the Funhouse. But what was you watching last week? Coming in at number 3 last week was the Battle of the Debuts from last week, where it was against the Smiths, against the Stone Roses. And 86 people have watched that. Number 2 was this week's retro ranking. Sandy Shore, 94. I am shocked. I didn't think that many people were into Sandy Shore, but there's more than what I thought. And the biggest shock last week, what you was watching, was last week's live album rankings from German rockers, except 96 people. Good afternoon, Mick. Thank you for telling me about Heasy, because I knew you'd wouldn't let me down. Thank you. So in the last month, we've had 6,158 views. Oh, that's sad. Yeah, I didn't realise that. And I've had things falling down. I can't put that in the bloopers because it's live. Anyway, where was we? Yes. 6,158 views, 37 new subscribers in the last month, which has been pretty cool. Good evening, Stephen. So what have you been watching? Number 3, 20 Bad Queen songs, 199 people. I was quite surprised about that. And I didn't get much stick. I think the only stick I got was from Richard, but that's just sort of banter. Number 2 was Mike Oldfield, and 222 people have watched that. And number 1 still, the review of Chaos and Colours by the Heap, 240. Now we've now amassed since we started a massive 137,000. Oh yeah, I've gone for the drastic one. Ready for the summer. I'm saying I'm all getting spring-like. Yes, 137,214 views. We're now up to 671 subscribers. No change in the most views. Jethro Tull, Derek Riggs, and Status Quo. I don't think that will change forever. Not many no deaths, except I've just found out that Steve Mackay of Pulp has died today. Very sad. And so, who do you think won last week's Battle of the Bands? There was 3 votes in it. There'll be one person here that'll be absolutely delighted who won. And by 3 votes, it was the Smiths. The Smiths won last week's battle. This week's a good one. We've got 2 Britpop bands, Suede and Supergrass. Both good albums. So, vote away. So, what have we got next week? Lots going on next week. 6-day week for me next week. So, Monday, we have got part 7 of the John Mitchell story. And it's the one I'm really looking forward to, Lonely Robot. What a good band they are. Classic album review. Richard will like this one. It was featured in our last, combo video. Classic album is The Raw. and the cook by the Fine Young Cannibals. Good evening, Ralph. Tuesday album ranking is a viewer's request, but it's a mate's request. A little while ago, my mate Lee, who runs a Facebook page for the Friday Rock Show with Johnny Walker, said to me, "You've done the Rolling Stones. Are you going to do the individual members of the Rolling Stones?" I went, yes. So we're going to kick off for Mr. Mick Jagger. So look at his solo albums. Retro ranking next week is get your big stomping boots out because it's the Dave Clark 5. One we've had to postpone because when David Crosby died, finally comes up this week. So it's lots of foot stomping and giving it plenty on Tuesday. Wednesday's marathon is a request, and it was for Stephen. We got the Manic Street Preachers. Should have been on Wednesday, but it didn't happen that way. But so we got Manic Street Preachers full album ranking on Wednesday. Thursday, it's the Battle of the Debuts with a twist. It was a request from one of you guys. We're calling this Battle of the Debuts the best sellers edition. So I'm going to take two bands and put their greatest albums up, their best sellers, and we're going to kick off with a Bon Jovi, Slippery When Went, Slippery When Wet against Def Leppard's Hysteria. Pick and mix next week. We're going for a little wander down Mick's neck of the woods, the USA. We're going to look at the top 10 singles of 9th of March, 1969. And then we'll be back here on Thursday night doing the business. Now, next week's live album ranking is just a little bit different. It's not a particular band. Been going through some of my live albums, and some bands have only ever released one live album in the whole catalogue. So I've got about 15 albums of one-off live albums. So we're going to look at them. Got a great new album review next week. The new album for Mr. Rick Wakeman, A Gallery of Imagination. Looking forward to that. Saturday next week, we've got a double bill on a Saturday. First up on Saturday will be a thing that I'm starting. Now and again, we're going to have a little bit of childhood memories. Now, next Saturday, the 11th of March, is the 5th anniversary of the passing of the great comic Ken Dodd. So I thought I'd do something to commemorate that because I thought he was a very funny man and I enjoyed him. So I thought about something going back to my childhood. And I'm going to do a review of an album he made called Ken Dodd and the Diddy Men. And I have had so much fun listening to that over the last few weeks. It has been an absolute hoot. So, yes, I'm going to review the Ken Dodd and the Diddy Men album. For those of you that don't live in the UK, you'll be really surprised. And also on the Saturday the 11th, Skinner and McCook are at it again. And we'll be going through our top 10 number one greatest hits album. Greatest hits. I've really been tongue-tied this week. Number one greatest hits albums from all over the decades. So, that's that. But the most important thing this week is tomorrow at 10 a.m. The launch of the Let Me Introduce You contest. If you've looked on the channel, it's ready to go. And I know there's one person's ready to go as well. There are a few rules. I'll just go through them quickly You must be a subscriber to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, you need to subscribe to enter the competition. You must make a video. And once you've made the video, make a comment in the comments box below in the video. The other important thing is the closing date is the 22nd of March. And then on the 23rd, roughly about 8 p.m., we'll be doing a draw for the winner on the live stream. And then that person will get an amazing £30 gift voucher from Amazon. 8:30 p.m. Yeah, not a.m. Did I say a.m.? I'm really not with it today. I've not had a good week. I've hurt my knee, so I've been hobbling around like an old man of 90. So let's have a look in the what I've been listening to and without getting progress. No progress on James Bond. I haven't even watched Casino Royale. I just haven't had the time this week. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. I've done 14 of the 20. Nick Turner, ex-Hawkwind, 7 of 8. Now, this is an SOS. He's got an album called Do What I Like. It came out in 2021. I cannot find it anywhere on the net. It's not in Spotify. It's not on the other places I buy music. I cannot find it anywhere. If anyone knows where it is, so I can give it a listen, I've listened to 3 tracks. I won't be able. I'm going to put it in the ranking, but it'll probably be at the bottom. So if you know where I can listen to it, I'd much be appreciated if you let me know. Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, 6 of the 10. Camelot, 6 of 12. Oliver Wakeman, I've done 4 of the 6. Curved Air, 4 of 8. Lynyrd Skynyrd, 3, which I'm enjoying. Gary Newman, collaborations, 2 of the 4. And the band 10, I've listened to 1. Rocky's been quiet for a few weeks, and now he's back on form. And one of the 10, 1 of 16. I've now completed David Bowie, Jeff Beck, Count Raven, and Buffalo Springfield. I've got a Wally of the Week for us this week, and he's not just insulting me. He's insulting the whole channel. Now, this goes back to when I did Captain Beefheart. And he didn't like what I said about Trout Mars Replica, because I think it's the biggest load of noise since, and you all know that. Now, I won't go into what he put, but most of this is what he put. Not worth watching if you actually want to learn something. This guy admits to not being knowledgeable, which I was, on the subject, and drops out lots of factual errors. Well, considering if you're watching this, you know who you are. I got this information, guess what, off the official Captain Beefheart site. Thank you very much. He quit after I complained about Hair Pipe Bait One, and his username is a part of that name. I said there was a violin on the track. Well, it sounded like a violin. There isn't. Now, this is the bit I really was annoyed about. Maybe this would be a fun for people with a low mental acuity who like to reinforce their poorly informed opinions. So instead of having a go at just me, it was having a go at you guys that watch. So guess what? I blocked him. And if you're watching this tonight just to see what I'm saying, tough. You insult me and my subscribers, you get blocked. Simple as. End of rant. Okay, let's make some space here. I've got too much going on here. Let's move that here. I've got yes, we've got too much going on. Let's make that big. That's better. I can see you all. Okay, great. I'm glad you enjoyed that, Stephen. I really enjoyed doing it because I've now fell in love with Demon again. So I'm a happy bunny. Anyway, last Friday night I went to a gig. I went to see a brilliant tribute band, one of the best Marillion tribute bands in the business, called Still Marillion. Absolutely fantastic show. And I got to meet the guys, and I said I'd give them a little plug on the channel. So if you see in where you're living and you see adverts for Still Marillion, go and see them. They're a band from Scotland. They come down from Scotland and over the weekend. They are really nice guys. Now, the lead singer, Martin, actually sings in Steve Rothery's band. So he sang with Steve Rothery, which is pretty cool. There's bits of them on YouTube. They've done, I think they go to the Marillion weekends, because there's a clip of them doing Assassin with Mark Kelly on keyboards. They were fantastic guys. We had a great chat with them. And I didn't get home till 2 a.m. And I can't remember the last time I was 8 to 2 a.m. in the morning. So there we are. That was really good. As you can hear, Rocky is in fine fettle tonight. I don't know what he's moaning at. He's had all these bits. He's got plenty to drink. There he comes, toddling in. So yes, tomorrow, the big launch of the contest. Well, if you want to enter, you've got to make a video. Oh, that's a wild. Yes, I've got that album. What Dave Bagnall's put about, yes. Yeah, I was a wild party animal. But I guess how many points I had? I had 4 points all night and a kebab. I even had a kebab. I don't have many kebabs. But this place is called the Queen's Hall in Nuneaton. Really good venue. And the band were fantastic. I had a really long track with the keyboard player. And they played. Every Marillion tribute band at the moment are going out playing Script for a Jester's Tear, because it's the 30th anniversary or 40th, I don't know. I'll lose count. But they didn't. They went and played the whole of Clutching at Straws, which happens to be my favourite Marillion album. But I do know they're doing a special show for next year for Fugazi, so that'll be great. And so they went through all of Clutching at Straws, including Tucson, which was pretty cool. I did sprinklings from all the other albums. And the first song they did on the encore, which went down an absolute storm, was the keyboard player. I think his name's Stuart. I can't remember. Martin came out. And they did A Gentleman's Excuse Me from the Fish Vigil album. It was wonderful. And we were all mesmerised by this, and it was brilliant. And I was talking to him afterwards. He says, we'd like to now throw a curveball in. He said, how did it go down? I said, it went down a storm. Sometimes I actually throw in the Steve Hogarth era Marillion song as well, which upsets some people. They sort of flounce. But there you go. So yeah, that had a really good chat. And so go and see this band if you're a Marillion fan, because it's the nearest thing you're going to get to classic sounding Marillion now. Absolutely a superb gig. Anyway, let's see what you got. Let's have a look. Hang on, what's this? Dave's put up link. Yes, Saracen are there. Another band that I really like. I don't know how far they're down the list, but they are going to come out, Stephen. But before that, I've got things to do like birthday top tens. I've got 2 in 1 week. So I'm going to find out what's what. So let's have a look at how we're doing on. I would say that Supergrass are winning at the moment. Oh, thank you. When will I be doing Bowie? Oh, the door. I reckon I'm not going to do all 26 albums in one foul swoop. I think that's a bit too much, even for me. So I shall split it into two. So that will probably be May. The first 2 weeks of May. So 1 week you'll get the thing. Hello, Rob. How are you? I hope you've got your 30 minutes music ready to put up after 10 a.m. tomorrow. And then, because tomorrow's launch day. So get the word out on your channels, chaps. Yeah. But it will come up, because the one I do struggle with, don't struggle, but it's the marathon sessions, these long ones. I have to. All the other ones are easy; they slip in all over the place. But the marathons, I need to really think about them. It's the only one I have to really think about. Now, this beer is just called some Hop England, from hops all over England. It's quite nice. No, nothing interesting on the back screen this week. One's on the floor. The bad Pink Floyd album, but the very good Roger Waters album. Let's put it back up. And on top of that, the Groundhogs. I've got to listen to them all again. Bit of everything up there today. We've got Val Wow, Bruce, Sky, and the Mama's Voice. Oh, which one have you added, Stephen? Yeah, spoiler alert: there will be another Mike Oldfield album review coming up. A one-off album review. Oh, absolute belter album. I think that was the one I said was my favourite of whatever decade it was. Yes. If you've watched the Mike Oldfield thing that I did with Richard and Joe, was talking about an album called Tres Lunas 2. I'll be looking at that. Good man. Yeah, feel free if you want to go onto my channel and half-inch my thumbnail, feel free to. It is, Stephen. I'll be reviewing it next Friday. I've been playing it quite a lot. I think it's good. Tomorrow, though, we got the Winery Dogs, which is another fab album. We've got another new album coming out on the 31st of March. Northampton's very own Empire. Good rock band. Okay, thank you very much. I shall give it a bit of a listen this week so I can complete that one. Got some bands coming out of the laundry list into the work in progress. Wrote them down today. We've got Abatement, Turner and Overdrive. The Trogs have come out of the woodwork. Snow Patrol as well. So some really good things. Oh, good. I love Lonely Robot. I think Lonely Robot next to Arena is my favourite John Mitchell band. Although I think when he joined It Bites, he certainly give it a bit more spark. But yeah, I love Lonely Robot. Tough one, that one was for me because I love all of them. I think 9. I think I did 9, I think. Soon tell you. Let's have a look. Let's go into the thing. Did I? I can't even find it. Where are you? There we go. Let's go this. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, 9. I managed to get 9 tracks on, and it worked out at about. Soon tell you because I can bring up. No, I've just pulled up Joe's. Joe sent me his on a playlist for me to listen to. There's my playlist. Here we are. Mine came in at 29 minutes and 40 seconds. Yeah, I wanted to get one more on, but I've actually done some bubbly unders as well. What are you doing on Saturday, you two? What's your video all about? I'm looking forward to it. So there's an idea to plug my competition, boys. I'll take any free publicity. Christopher, hello, welcome. Oh, excellent. That'll be a good one. I'll be interesting that. Well, I'll look forward to that. Be nice to watch someone else instead of me doing something. Yes. What can I do for you? Yes, it is, Christopher. It was very hard, but I went with Supergrass. I've not half expected people to give me some stick because I don't like the song So Young by Suede. Yes. I just like the Supergrass album because I think it's got a little bit more balls to it in places. And that was the nearest thing I was going to get to heavy metal in 1995. I haven't got anything else, and you've had it all. Look. Right, if you can hear all these noises outside of me, the bit of main road from where I live was resurfaced last week and the road was shut. They're doing some overnight work, and I've got them blooming industrial rollers that they park down the road. It's damn noisy. Who did you go for then, Richard? Are you a Suede or a Supergrass? Yeah. They're both good brands, as Christopher said. It's very, very difficult to choose between both of them. But yeah, I went for Supergrass. I don't mind it, but I don't like it on So Young. It's just weak and feeble. But I like some of the Supergrass song titles. Caught by the Fuzz. I mean, for those in America, fuzz is another word for the police here in the UK. Yes, a lot of Supergrass, lots of double entendre. Yes, Christopher. I've actually have listened to all the Suede albums, ready for a ranking, and I was surprised how good the next album was. I'm a bit, yeah. I'm not a great fan, Rob, but I like some of the songs. I do like the new album, though. I must admit, it was pretty good. But out of the two, I think I was always a bit of a Supergrass. Now here's one from Mastermind Darby. What's the connection between Supergrass and Top Gear? Does anyone know the connection between Top Gear and Supergrass? There's a bit of quiz trivia for you. I bet Dave's looking it up. Well, he should know? He isn't. I'll give you a clue. It's a father and son thing. Hey, Stephen knows. Yes. Yes. James is a bit. Yeah, Stephen got it. Yeah. The presenter was Chris Goffey, or Godfrey. And Danny, he's in Thibaguath. They're all cuckoo. Coco. Oh, excellent. Thank you, David. I'll go and check that out. I think he's a good singer. I don't care what people say. I think he's got the right voice to do Queen songs as well. Yes, all right then. Come here then. Oh. Here he is. I'm going to say hello to everyone, do you? Here's the star of the show. Oh, dear. Mick saying hello to you. You're not one to see me and see. You just want to see what you can find up here. And you? Oh, dear, very big sloppy day. Sits there barking at the world. All at the end of the day, he wants a bit of love. Yes, I know. Oh dear. Hard life, isn't it? Now, the other morning, I think it was, when was it? Tuesday morning. I mean, I let him sleep on the bed because he's got his own blanket. And normally he gets up, but on Tuesday morning, this lazy goat was still on the bed when I was recording. I was half expecting a nose to appear between the gaps. So I finished recording, put the screen back, and he was still there. He finally got off the bed at 10 o'clock. Lazy goat. Wasn't you? No. It's just a thing. Quite happy sitting there tonight, aren't you? Yeah, he likes to lie in. He's not a morning dog, are you? He's not a morning dog. His most time at night is at night he's more active, isn't you? That's giving me the runaround at night. We have to play, and years ago it was more of a, it was more of a physical play, but these days he likes to lay on his back, and he gets his paws, and he does that with you. Yeah. Dave knows what he's like with cheese. What used to be funny when I lived in a house, he'd be upstairs and he'd go to the fridge and chop a bit of cheese, and he'd be down the stairs like a rocket. That's the quickest he ever moves now. Is for food, especially when it comes to his tea time. He usually likes it about 3:30, and even chatting to Dave on See Who Can't Be thing. But I can talk about it tonight because I put it on Do Not Disturb. He always asks for his tea. I've never known a dog to ask for his tea. Yeah, I tried something this afternoon, ready for another childhood memory thing that I'm doing. Dave is calling. Steve, I noticed that Supercross don't sound live as same as they do in the studio. Has everyone watched the Steve Vai video? Yeah, or heard the new album? I'm getting a bit warm. God, it's not very often I get warm at night. It might be because of the t-shirt I've got on. All the way from the Dominican Republic. God. No, there's nothing more. No, I don't care. I can see you. Oh, he's so funny, that dog. Yes, as I was saying, I tried something because there's one. Yes, I've got a purple ring. As I was saying, I'm doing something on If you remember a thing that we had over here in the UK called Junior Choice. Okay, thank you, Richard. Have a good night at work. Yeah, you'll be able to put up your other guys if you want to answer. If you want to take part in the competition and make a video. I've listened to all the life sized, yes. You'll be able to put it up after 10 a.m. tomorrow. Yeah, I quite like them albums. They were really good, Stephen. But with the 10, I was explaining to Dave, normally I go onto Spotify when I haven't got anything by a band. And there were nothing on them on Spotify. All it came up with is blooming Japanese band. So I had to rely on other sources. But I found them all on YouTube and sort of now put them on my pod. And I think they're pretty good. I've listened to the first album, X, or 10, or I don't know how they like to pronounce it. But I was quite impressed with that one. I will check that out myself now. You've got me thinking, David. I'll check that out. Yeah, going back to this Junior Choice thing I'm doing, and there's something I wanted to put on at the beginning of the video. I haven't listened to it all the way through yet, Stephen. I listened to a bit of the first track. It's amazing. What I like about 10, though, are their album covers. They're absolutely amazing. Some great artwork. Anyway, go back to Junior Choice. So I've put up, I don't know if anyone would have been watching, but I've put up something this afternoon quickly to see if I'd get a copyright thing on that, and it doesn't, so I can do what I want. They're a good band. I hadn't heard much of their stuff, and what I have heard of them, I quite like them. And for a band that have only been around a little while, they've put out a lot of material. And what it sounds like, that's all good material. I think it'll be a difficult one to do, even though I'm not into the band as much as you are. But once again, Stephen, you're getting me into bands that I'd not heard of, which I think is great. I've been listening to Systems of Down as well. Yeah. Oh, did he? Excellent. Yeah, so I've listened to some Systems of Down. Now, I listened to one of their albums that everyone goes absolutely bonkers over, and a certain song called Chop Suey. Yeah. I may upset some Systems of Down fans. Because I actually like the album after it better. It's another metal band that people give a lot of stick to, and that's Five Finger Death Punch, whatever they're called. I think they're all right. They've made some good tracks. Might rank them one day. But I will be doing a Metallica one by the end of the year, because their new album comes out in April. So once that comes out, I'll be able to rank the Metallica albums. But I did see someone put, I'm going to be you, Stephen, about a series of new Whatever British Heavy Bands, the newer ones. Yeah, I might have a look at some of them. Easy. Oh. Well, when I was out on Friday with my mate Neil, now he's a huge Magnum fan, and he says there is a new album. I don't know where he gets his info from, but there is a new album due out. If it's a live album or a compilation or whatever, but there is a new album out coming. But my album at the moment is the Rick Wakeman album. It's very, very, very good. Yeah, I think Rodney Matthews, going back to what Stephen's put on, he's one of my favourite album artwork people. I think he's got some stuff, and I mean, I love Mark Wilkinson stuff as well. I think they are really, really good. We have got an album artwork, an album covers thing coming out. And for Easter, Dave and myself, we're going to do 20 albums with bunnies on, from the best to the worst album with a bunny on it, just for Easter, which we'll put out on Easter. It'll go out to you to watch on Easter Sunday, but I can tell you I will not be recording it on Easter Sunday. Get done as soon as we've put it together. It'll get done and put there ready for you. Rush Presto, yes, that's one that's going to be in there. Tell you what I watched this week on YouTube. I found a concert of Sparks done in London a few years ago, and it's basically Ron Russell and this girl drummer. It's absolutely brilliant. And I've heard a snippet of their new single. I put a little short up on YouTube. It's about 15 seconds. And it sounds pretty good. So, looking forward to that. I haven't got no gigs lined up. Yes, it doesn't include the Penthouse Pets discography now. All good, clean stuff on the tram. Metallica or Megadeth. Oh. I don't know. I think Megadeth were more consistent. And I love the latest Megadeth album. And they haven't changed the sound much. Just matured a little bit. Apart from that one album, which was pretty naff. I'm gonna say Megadeth. I think Metallica are a bit hit and miss. I mean, they've gone back to more their original sound, but they went through that. Okay, they had the Black Album, which was very commercial, but then when Fuel and Refuel come out, they sort of go down the pan a bit. And they didn't do anything for years. I mean, considering both bands have been going roughly the same time, you look at the input that Megadeth have put out over the years. Okay, they've had more lineup changes than I've had at dinners, but the music's still there. But if you put down to the big four thrash metal, I think Metallica would come in, for me, would come in second, followed by Anthrax and Slayer at the bottom. I was never into Slayer. Even back in the day, I just didn't find them appealing. But I do like some of the Anthrax stuff. I haven't done much on Anthrax, only in a Battle of the Bands, Battle of the Debuts. I might have to have a look at that. How are we doing in the poll? And it's I Should Coco or Cuckoo, I don't know how I want to pronounce it, is winning at the moment. Onslaught. It's a band that I could sort of take or not. One or two things I like by them, but not overly fond of Onslaught. I was never a big fan of Venom either, really, although I have ranked them. I think the thrash metal. Yeah, I'm not a great fan of it, but I like the odd stuff. I think we're the wrong generation for thrash metal, aren't we? Because when thrash metal came out, we was a lot older. I mean, a lot of the kids love it, and they still do. As long as it's melodic and it's not. Well, I'm not going to go too much into it, Ralph, because I haven't ranked them, but all I'll say is the Black Album is not my favourite Metallica album. Cloven Hoof, they're all right. I haven't got any of their stuff, but I know of them. There's not many bands I don't know of. But Cloven Hoof, yeah, they're not too bad. I like, as long as something's got a melodic sound. I don't like this death metal, this down the microphone. Never could get into that. It's like Opeth. I'm one of the Opeth fans that likes the more progressive sound than how they started out. I think their earlier stuff is pretty naff, to be quite honest. But I like their last album, which was terrific. And today, if you've noticed, I've actually put something up a bit on Muse that I haven't slated because I love it, and that's the Hullabaloo video. So if you haven't watched it, that's worth watching because I actually give it a good ranking. Yeah, strange, wasn't it? Not quite agree, Stephen. Of all the sort of thrashy bands, they're the one that, some thoughts gone into it. It's like I've been listening to a System of Down, and some of their stuff I have to turn off because I just couldn't get on with it. I just found it irritating. I don't know if it's because I'm older. I just found it a little bit irritating. We'll have to do something on a Morpheus at some stage. See, I like Tool. I really like Tool. Yeah, I quite like Tool. And anyone that watched when I did the John Frusciante new album, you'd have heard me say something that I don't think no one would ever hear me saying. I'd prefer to listen to a Coldplay or Adele album than have to listen to that album one ever again. Someone actually wrote a good review about it and said how he blended the computer sounds and electronics. If you call that blending, and then we can sit there and just hold me, no, even I can. Absolute nonsense. How long is my contest? I'll have a look for you, Rob. Bear with me for 20 seconds. Let's have a look. (13 minutes 42). The actual video is about 15 minutes long that I put up. Yeah, it's about 15 minutes long, Rob. And the actual tape is 29 minutes 40 seconds. The imaginary tape. Oh, that'll be good. Thank you, Rob. Yeah, I did mention a few at the end that I wanted to put on, but I just hadn't got enough space. And I said I should have done it for 45 minutes. But it was a bit of a challenge to get. I was lucky to get 9 songs on, to be quite honest. Yeah, it was a thing. I mean, it took me. I sat down one Sunday and just kept putting songs into the list. No, too long. Kept taking ones off. It took me about 2 hours to get it, to nail it. And it was finding the right song from the bands. I must admit, I've cheated on one of them. I haven't used a full version. I've used the single edit version to get it on. But it all counts. I think the hardest job was actually putting together the thumbnail. Finding a decent cassette to turn into a PNG. That took some going. Oh, that's good. That's good to hear. Yeah, it's like that the other week when 360 Days of Prog. I got a few more subscribers. In fact, that got me about 15 subscribers. And he's now following me on Instagram as well. So, all good. I hope I get a few people to take part. I really do. That's all I'm worried about. It's all while I'm doing it for for subscribers and doing it this way, but to do something a bit different. Yes, it's either going to be a huge success or it'll just go flat as a pancake. But hey ho. That'll be brilliant if I do. Because it's a lot of fun. I'm thinking up new and wonderful ideas for the channel. Like throwing in instead of doing the best songs of bands, throwing the howlers. A lot of people watch them. I've noticed, I'm looking at other people's bad songs, and people seem to watch them a lot. I've got one coming up soon, and I'll say it's my beloved Quo. That could cause some arguments. But hey, I love it. I don't know if you was on when I did the Wally of the Week, Rob, but someone actually, Captain Beefheart, sort of insulted not just me, but insulted everybody that watches the channel. So he got a big boot. Don't understand that, because I slated off his favourite. I think it must have been his favourite Captain Beefheart album. Oh. Anyway, well, we got through to an hour tonight, and I am going to call it a whole an hour. I think an hour is just about the right time. Yeah, there are a few Muppets about. Tell me about it. I just love them when they go, I stopped watching because you put my favourite album at the bottom. I just use that. I keep using that famous phrase, we all hear things differently. And if we all like the same things would be boring. So on that note, I'm going to call it a day. Don't forget, 10 a.m. tomorrow, the contest goes up. Get involved, and if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, if you want to take part, you must subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much, Rob. I'm looking forward to seeing you and Richard on Saturday or whenever you put it up. 4 each, I know. This is thing in here. I'm just about to close it. It's a win tonight for Supergrass, 62% against 37. And it's 8 votes. It's 4 votes each. So it's even Stevens already. This one will be a close one. Okay, I'll be back tomorrow where we've got Van Halen live albums, the new album from the Winery Dogs, plus the contest. I will see you all next week. Don't forget to watch the contest video, and if you want to join in, make a video. If you don't want to put your face on it, you don't have to have your face, as long as you make a video with your selections. I know there's people out there that are a little bit shy, camera shy, but I will accept, as long as it's got a list and a presentation, I will count it in the competition. So see you all next week. Good job with finishing, because there's movement out there that's very noisy. Bye all. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.